Hi everyone, I'm Tricia and I'm founder of Look Fabulous Forever, which is skincare and makeup specifically formulated for older faces. Today I want to talk to you about pilling. Now, pilling is a weird phenomenon in when you're applying your makeup. It's when you're applying it and you can feel these tiny little balls of product starting to come away from your skin, and it's really frustrating and infuriating. Here's an example of pilling to show you. So of course, when it happens, you're going to say, gosh, this product's hopeless. It's not working on my skin. In fact, it's not the product that you're using. It's a combination of factors that's creating it. And I've got about 6 different reasons why you might be getting pilling. So you need to think about what applies to you. So the first thing is rushing. Now, we're all busy people. And the one thing that we want more than anything else is to be able to slap on our products and just get out of the door, start our day. Very understandable. However, it could cause your makeup or skincare to start pilling. Now, the reason for that is that your skin can only absorb so much product at a time. And if you're putting on several layers, I personally put on serum, then I put on a daytime moisturizer, then I put on a primer, and then I put on my foundation and concealer. So you can see there's 4 or 5 layers there of product that I'm going to apply to my face, and I've got to give each of them time to absorb and do their work. So what I do is I do skincare quite early on in my getting up for the day. So I will cleanse and wash my face very thoroughly, and then I'll put on my serum, and quite soon after that, you can do that quite quickly, I'll put on the moisturizer. Then I leave a very big gap, and I leave that gap by, cleaning my teeth, getting dressed, sorting my hair, and generally getting myself ready before I then apply my makeup. So I leave a really good gap between applying skincare, which is the base, that you're nourishing your skin with, to applying makeup. So don't rush. The second thing is applying too much product. You probably think when it comes to putting on a moisturizer, more is better. More moisture, more nourishment. Moisture is so good to have, especially on an older skin. But actually, you don't need an awful lot. Certainly, if you look at our moisturizer, it's very rich in its ingredients. So, a very light film or covering of that is ideal. And I think you should put 3 dots on your cheeks, 3 dots on your chin, and maybe 3 dots across your forehead, something like that. And then just having dotted it around, just start to smooth it and pat it in. So that's another way to make sure that you don't get pilling. Not too much of any product. And when it comes to the foundation, the same is true. If you're applying foundation, do it lightly. You can always look in the mirror, magnifying mirror, and check that you've got enough coverage where you want it. But I do that light covering of my continuous cover foundation. I mix it with a little bit of beauty balm, which makes it really lovely to apply. I've already put on my primer, and again, not too much. Light covering of primer, followed by a very nice light covering of foundation, checked in the magnifying mirror, and then if there are any supporting areas, either a little bit more foundation or actually some concealer. So not too much products, the second reason you get pilling. The third is to do with how the ingredients in your skincare and the makeup either mix or don't mix together. Now, let me give you an example. If you've got water, if you've got say a small glass of water, and you pour some oil in it, say olive oil, you will see that the olive oil does not mix with the water. It still stays in its little globules, and as it's heavier than the water, it will start to fall to the bottom of the glass. Now, if you think about the ingredients, the many, many, many different ingredients there are in skincare, serum, followed by moisturizer, in foundation, and so on, you can see that some of those might be incompatible with each other. Now, when I was testing and refining our skincare before we had it available for our customers, some of the skincare that I was sent, some of the moisturizers that I was sent, did not work with our foundation. I'd put it on, try it, think, that's rather nice. Come to put the foundation on top and I'd get pilling. So I'd go back and say, no, there's something in that is not agreeing with that foundation. Now you've got a choice. You either change to our skincare, which is compatible, so I made sure it was, or you don't use our foundation. It's entirely up to you. But remember that there could well be the fact that the ingredients that are in the preparations that you're using do not work with each other. I'd say that's probably the commonest reason, if I'm honest. So the next thing is applying in the wrong order. There is a better order to apply your skincare and makeup. I think that serums need to be on clean, dry skin. And they are there. Our serum is very rich in hyaluronic acid, so they are there to help your moisturizer that you put on top to work really, really hard and really, work all day. So because they're maximizing or optimizing the amount of moisture that you retain on the skin. You don't want it all disappearing into the skin and then, 5 minutes later or a couple of hours later, it's more or less stopped working. You want it to work really hard for most of the day. So the best way to do that, serum first, followed by the moisturizer. And then I would say the next stage for me is to put on primer with a gap, as I've said, good gap between the moisturizer and the primer, but then primer, then foundation, then concealer. That's the order that I would do it in order not to get pilling. If you wear an SPF as an extra product, put that on after your moisturizer. It's the last thing that you apply before you apply your makeup. But again, leave lots of time before you put your makeup on. Give your skin a chance to take that product and let it do what it needs to do before you put on another layer. The fifth reason you get pilling is that you're actually rubbing, really rubbing the product in. You don't rub anything into your skin in terms of skincare and makeup. You smooth it and sometimes you pat it. So you're not, which is when those little balls can start to form. So you're just smoothing. Remember, your skin is quite a delicate thing. So the more delicately that you can do it, and then sometimes it's just a question of patting it in like that, whether you're using the warmth of your fingers or you're actually using some kind of applicator. Smooth, don't rub. And the final thing, and I think this is also a big one, along with the incompatibility of ingredients, is exfoliation. Now, skin has an outer surface, an outer layer, and what happens is that the dead skin cells sit and form on that outer layer. It's a continuous process of renewal your skin is engaged in every day. So the fact that it's constantly renewing itself, which is good news, means that it does leave some of that dead skin cell that it's getting rid of on the surface. So you need to remove all of that and make sure that you do that regularly. And you do that via exfoliation, gentle exfoliation on an older skin. We have a brilliant and wonderful, beautiful exfoliator, which leaves your skin feeling really soft and nourished. So actually, exfoliation on a regular basis, 2-3 times a week possibly, will ensure that you don't have, because if you've got dead skin cells on the surface and you start to put product on, those dead skin cells start to come off, and lo and behold, you get these little lumps of basically a combination of either the skincare or the makeup with the dead skin cells. Now, you can just sweep those off with a brush, no harm done, but it's actually better if you remove the dead skin cells from your skin on a regular basis, and possibly even follow up with a clay mask for really deep cleansing, and it will mean that your skin is in tip-top condition before you start to then apply the other products. So I do hope that was useful to you. There are lots and lots of reasons why you get pilling, and I hope any one of those, if you just make sure that you're not doing those things that you shouldn't do, and you are doing those things that you should do, should solve the problem for you. So I do hope that was helpful. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.